Hallo, guten Tag und willkommen. Welcome to the first of these German tutorials. We're going to focus on pronunciation today and aimed at Year 7 German. Also, we will begin with a little recap of the German alphabet. Now, those of you who have been taught by me before will know that I love to teach through song. I think songs can be really useful to help us remember certain sounds. So we're going to start with a song. This song is the German alphabet and it is a call and response. So I will sing the first few letters and you will respond. Now it sounds a little bit like one of those sort of marching tunes, so if you want to get up on your feet and sing along to a walking rhythm, that would be great. Okay, super. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. X, Y, Z, O, J. X, Y, Z, O, J. Super, gut gemacht. Now, do you want to have another go? Should we give it another go? Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, now this time I want you up on your feet and marching as we sing. You ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. X, Y, Z, O, J. Super, gut gemacht, well done. Okay, so we're going to crack on with the first of our sounds that we maybe struggle with or we forget to pronounce in a German way, and that is the W. What does a W sound like in German? V. Very good, well done. So the German sound V, and the words that we see this in that you've met already. First one is Auf Wiedersehen. So it's kind of in the middle there. We say Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. You also saw it in the question Wo wohnst du? And there's two sounds in there the same. Wo wohnst du? Where do you live? And we've seen it in our new vocabulary in the pets vocab with the word Wellensittich. Can you remember what Wellensittich means? It's a budgie, sehr gut. And we also see it in the middle of the word Schwester. Schwester. Okay, now I'm going to give you some new sounds to practice, some new words to practice this sound. I'm going to hold up 8 words with the V sound in them. They will probably be brand new to you. You may have never seen these words before, but you're going to give it a go at saying them with correct German pronunciation. Okay, I will hold up the words and you can pause your screen and have a go yourself, and then you can unpause the screen, press play to hear me pronouncing them correctly. Okay, we ready? Warten, Wagen, wolkig, windig, Wasser, Winter, Wein, wandern. Super! Well done. And if you want to, you can rewind and practice those sounds again until you get them just right. Okay, we're going to move on then. If the German W sounds like a V, then how do we say V? The V sound in German. Well, the German V sounds like an F, so a F sound. You have met it in the number 4, and in the family member Vater, which is always one that makes us laugh, but it's nothing to do with farting. Vater is father. And also in your pet, Vogel, which means bird. Okay, so same again. I'm going to hold up some sounds for you to practice, some words for you to practice this sound, and I'd like you to have a go at reading them out loud with the correct German pronunciation. Remember that V sounds like F. Okay. Vier, verkaufen, vor, verboten, verbessern, Viertel, vorgestern, Volk. Super, gut gemacht. Okay, so we have the V, we have the V, so the F sound. We're going to move on now to a letter that doesn't exist in English. So this is always the one that catches us out. It is the scharfes S, what we call the SZ or scharfes S. Now, you know I'm not an artist, but I have drawn this to illustrate something for you. What does it look like? Roughly, ish. It looks like a snake. And that is the sound that this letter makes. It is a double S sound, so a S, like a snake. So if we can remember the scharfes S, it's not a capital B. It's never going to be a B sound, so not B, but S, like a hissing snake. Okay, so we've met it already in some sounds. You've seen it in Ich heiße, I am called. You've also seen it in Großvater, grandfather, and Großmutter, grandmother, and also in the colour weiß. Okay, so same like we did before, I'm going to hold up some new words for you that you might not recognise, but with the scharfes S in them, and I want you to have a go at pronouncing them correctly. So pause your screen. Straße, Spaß, heiß, groß, außer, schließen, beißen, fleißig. Super! Fantastic. Okay, so we've done our scharfes S, our snakes. And we're going to move on now to the E sound at the end of a word. Now you saw in that example I gave, Ich heiße. You'll hopefully remember that we write that down, H-E-I, scharfes S, E. Now in English, if a word ends in an E, more often than not we don't pronounce it. And I know most of you are learning French as well, and we also don't pronounce the E at the end of a word in French either. However, in German, we do. If a letter's there, it's there for a purpose, so we say it, okay? And an E at the end of a word sounds like all right? You're teenagers, you're good at making this grunt noise, so you can go Super. Okay. Now, some examples that you've seen already, this occurs very often because in our present tense, in the ich form of the verb, more often than not, it does end in an E. So a lot of the phrases that you've learnt to say, the verbs that you've learnt to use, will have ich and then a verb ending in E. So for example, ich habe, I have. Ich wohne, I live. Ich liebe, I love. Ich hasse, I hate. And also some of our pet vocabulary, some of those new words that you've learnt also end in an E. So we see it in Tante, and so family member, Tante, mother, auntie, and in Spinne, spider, and in Schlange, snake. We also see it in Katze, which will lead us nicely on to our next sound. But for now, I want you to have a practice of some of these words ending in E. Bringe, lese, Schule, Flagge, Kunde, leise, bitte, Marmelade. Yeah, super. Okay. Now I mentioned Katze. This one not only ends in the sound, but we also have a Z in that word, which brings us nicely on to my last sound, which is the ts, the Z. Now, my dad is a drum teacher, so I know all about drums. And one of my favourite items in the drum kit is the hi-hat. If you've never seen a full drum kit before, you might not know, but a hi-hat is the one where you have a cymbal this way and a cymbal this way, and they're kind of linked together with a stick, and they go up and down like this, and they make a tss sound. Okay, so when you hit them, they go tss, 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 tss. Now that is the perfect sound for the German Z. So I want you to all imagine that you are drummers in a band now and that you are hitting your hi-hat. And let's have a practice of making that sound. Tss, 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 tss. Super! Yeah, okay. Now this is my favourite sound. You come across it a lot in the numbers in German. So we see it in zwei. We also see it in 20 and 10. And as I've already mentioned, Katze. So your last challenge, some new words to practice this sound. Zug, Zeit, Herz, Zauber, Zentrum, Zahlen, C, Zimmer. Yeah, super. Okay, perfect. Now, to sum up then, the sounds that we have come across today, we've had the German W, we've had the German V, so F, we've had the scharfes S, S, we've had the at the end of a word, E at the end of a word, and finally we've had the S, the hi-hat, the Z. Okay, next time we're going to go through some more sounds. We're going to go through the E-I-E sounds that we sometimes struggle with, the A-U sound, the D at the end of a word, and the CH and SCH sounds. I hope it's been useful for you. If you want to rewind and pause the screens where I hold up these words, an extra challenge for you is to look up what these new words mean. I hope you're all keeping well und auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss!